you up.
Welcome, everybody, to Turn to Talk. Ryan Pearson here with the Jason Flory, the one and only. It's a good thing we only have one because we can't handle two or three.
Yeah, at least you're in a better mood. I mean, yesterday you were crabby at me. So
I wasn't crabby.
Yes, you were. Like, I know you were disappointed because it rained, and so was I. But you know, you need to take it out on me.
I didn't take it out on you, Jason. I was happy to see you, and I'm still happy to see you today.
I quote you. If the show was rated R, I would quote you. But yeah, so listen, been a while since we did this. A lot of things have happened, at the racetrack. So it's good to be back on. And thank you to Steph Pearson for not shutting the show down after your comments to her yesterday. So we're thankful for those. And we got a good guest tonight. And then we'll talk some racing, I guess, right?
Yeah, heck yeah. We got a great guest. I'm actually really excited for this one.
Yeah, me too. I've thought about questions all day, and so I've been just going to give a shout out before we get started to the Great Buddha or the Green Hornet. Steve is recovering. I know he's tuned in tonight, and so he's in the hospital still recovering from last week's injuries. And there's been a GoFundMe page set up on his site. We shared it on ours. It is the official GoFundMe page for him, and so I would be requesting all the race fans to go to that. And if you can afford an extra $5, $10 or whatever, Steve's going to be off for about 6 months probably. And, he's got, a busted up ankle and some ribs and things. And so, just helping him out like we can. And he's excited to get back already. He's itching to go. And so I think we'll see him at the Speedway before the end of the season in some capacity. But he's in good spirits today. He had a good time. We spent a couple hours with him.
That's good. It's good to hear about Steve. And, you talk about somebody that's so genuinely happy to be at the racetrack and was just having such a good time, man.
Yeah, we're glad to have him on board. And I think he's brought a new energy level for us for sure. And so even in the hospital today, I mean, it's as bad as his ribs hurt, we were cutting it up pretty good. And so, yeah, so we just like to see if everybody can, and we'll share it again and we'll keep pumping it. But, yeah, we'll talk about that and what's coming, what we've been doing, and we got a huge show coming up next week, and I'm sure we'll talk about a little bit with our guest on because, he's going to be one of the favorites going into that too. But lots going on at the county, man. Things are going good except for Mother Nature yesterday. But, hey, I see Orville got their fireworks in, and so did Worcester, and so the weather cleared for those. I know a lot of people go to that stuff, and so it might have been a blessing. The 4th of July, it was hot, and so some things happen for a reason. I didn't go to any fireworks because I don't think anything will compare to what we did the week before, so it's hard to go watch something when it ain't as good as what we do.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Oh, my goodness. Are you serious? Oh, good Lord.
Hey, somebody's ringing the bell.
Oh, my God.
I wonder who that could be.
Oh, Jesus. Do you hear this shit, Doug?
Yeah. Who's ringing the bell?
Oh, my goodness. Like, I almost thought the door was ringing here. I almost looked behind me, and I'd be like, this is bullshit. All right, so never mind. Ryan, you're an idiot.
What's going on? Welcome to the show, Mr. Doug Drown.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you having me on.
Oh, listen, this is going to be a good show. Just, I mean, if you got a seatbelt on your chair, just buckle in because this shit isn't scripted at all.
Nice. Well, that's sometimes the best stuff. So.
Oh, it is. Yeah. So, go ahead, Ryan. You fire off.
Doug, we got the Hell Tour. Let's start with the Hell Tour.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah, let's start with the Hell Tour, and then I want to work back, through his career. But okay. That's coming up this week. What would it mean to you to win this upcoming race on Sunday?
Pretty much mean a lot because we've won a lot of races at Wayne County, and the last few years have pretty much sucked when it comes to the big races. We took the lead of that World of Outlaw race in 2018, and really since then we struggled. We really hadn't even made any of the races. But this year Brad has the car. I don't know. He says he hasn't changed nothing, but it sure seems better in the seat to me to drive than it did last year. So I'm definitely more excited this year. And we just need a little bit more speed, but I don't see why we shouldn't be there at the end. And hopefully be real competitive. And I'd be disappointed if we didn't have a top 5 or at least be in the hunt. So anything can happen, but just got to qualify well and be up there.
Yeah, listen, you're is it a 2-time Don and Hans Gross winner? You're a 2-time winner of that race, right?
I think more than that. I think it's like
more than that. Oh, is it 4? Okay, it's been going on. It started as the Don Gross, and then it went to the Don Hans Gross. But that's actually
Yeah.
going on this week too. We've combined that with the Hell Tour race,
Okay.
and so I knew White's Ford night one time. There's a picture in my office of your crew and the Gross family along with White and Brian Gibson, and I knew you won it a couple times, but I don't know, man. You have your own stuff. You're driving for Brad. Like, what are we gonna see in this week? It sounds like Brad stuff.
Yeah, it'll be Brad's this week. I got my seat mounted and stuff in my car, which we actually took JR's car that he flipped over last year, and my dad jigged it and put a whole new rear end on it, new rear clip, new halo, different front end that I've been wanting. I've been wanting a Swartz front end with a rocket tail for 10 years now. So now Dad made one for me. So looking forward to trying it out. Things didn't go the way I wanted them to. Plus, racing with Brad's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just laid back. It was a good deal. We talked again this winter, and I said, okay, let's do it again. We had fun last year, so we're hoping to build on that. Even though all these dang rainouts are the weekends that we want to race, obviously every night at Wayne County, and then what we can pick and choose. But yeah, it's played hectic in our season so far, but as it has everybody. So, but no, we'll be in his this weekend, and then I might get mine out once or twice this year just to shake things down. And then, next year I'll probably be in my own stuff, I imagine. But in some capacity, I hope to team up with Brad, but we don't know what all those details are yet.
Nice.
Doug, not to get too technical, but explain why you would want to do something with like a Schwartz front end and then the rocket rear end. I mean, that's interesting to me, and I don't know all those technical sides on each different car chassis.
Well, I don't know. I was just talking today. We had a pool day or whatever, but with some friends, and this car we've always wanted, or I even asked Rocket before I went to Swartz, was when they had the orange front end. And a lot of people don't know, but the orange front end is technically a Longhorn front end. So because Kevin was building a car with Rocket prior to doing the Longhorn deal, and that was the orange front, but they had because we were in Australia, I was with Shaver and Kevin over there, and needless to say, Rocket wasn't supposed to start selling them ahead of time, and he did. They started selling them, which then made Kevin upset because they didn't have the deal all planned. So then he went on his own way and started doing the Longhorn deal at Labonte. So technically, these Longhorns were Rockets, orange front end, hit whatever, you come back to it. So we always wanted a Rocket with like an orange front end that steered better, and but they just didn't do it. They always reinvented the wheel. And Swartz, I can just steer no matter where I'm at in the corner. It cuts, it does whatever I want it to, but it didn't always have the traction all night long. Although we did win a lot of races, so I can't say that, but it's just kind of what I want. So that's what we're going to do.
Dude, that's really interesting to me, and it's really cool.
Yeah, we have one of our own. So, they're all pretty much the same anymore. I mean, if you know what you're doing, you can get them to go around. And I've just listened a lot over the last few years when we were running my own stuff. I think that's what got me off. Instead of just doing what the car wants and needs, you listen to everybody else, and then you just be out there. And right now you can't be because it's so close, but that's also part of us with being busy, building our companies and stuff that we have. It just, so having this car has kind of relit that fire that I've been wanting, because I've been asking for this car to be built, and Rocket wouldn't do it for us. They just told us, my dad, to do it since Dad has a jig, and well, that's what we did. So we'll see how it goes.
That sounds something like your dad would do. But hey, let's talk about cars. No, the fans don't know the difference between Rocket, Longhorn, Swartz. None of the fans care. They're a Doug Drown fan, or they're a JR fan. So at the county, we've seen a changing of the guard. Like, I know for a fact that you have not given 100% in the last 4 or 5 years, because you've been building a business. You had multiple businesses going. And so I seen you with Brad, and I see Brad have a little spring in his step. Even a couple weeks ago, like, he was feeling good. That heat race was good, and you were battling. And I think that makes him feel good. But like, do you think you could get in any of those cars? Like Kyle, let's just use Kyle. I know you talked to him, and I think your name's on his car. But like, Longhorn Rocket doesn't matter if you put good drivers in any of those chassis. Does it really matter, or do you think there is a huge difference?
No, I don't think it matters a whole lot. It's getting the baseline has to be there, obviously, and even Rocket. I don't think they had to go and change and come out with this whole XR2 ordeal, but that's what they did, and it rejuvenated things. So it's good for them on that part of things. But
Yeah.
I look at it as if Kyle and Brad, and people like them, hate them, whatever. They are racers, and they'll take a pile of shit and make it get around the racetrack. Like, it just blows my mind. Like, I'll even use Larry Reed's cars were really fast. Well, then they got off track. Kyle and them give them 2 weeks with it, and it's the most dominant modified, when he was racing it there for a little bit. And I couldn't even get it to go around the racetrack, but I didn't, again, have the time and to go through everything. But that would be my first thing anymore, just give them the car. Here, Kyle, Brad, set this thing up, give it back to me, and I'll go race it. So
There you go.
I think they all can get around. It's just knowing exactly what they need. I mean, I was helping DJ Miller Friday night trying to get his ready, and who did I call? I called Brad Moore and said, hey, this is what I'm looking at. This is what we need. And he just gave me that confidence that, I was making the right decisions, because I don't mess with modifieds much. People just ask me to get in and drive. I drive them, and they get around the racetrack. So on that note, your driver makes a difference as well. You just got to get in and get it. That's why some people don't like it. But, Ryan Ho wrestle a car around there. There's a lot of the guys, that no matter what they're in, they're going to get to the front. So, in this race situations.
Yeah. A lot of emphasis is put on this battle of chassis, and I've always thought just like your dad should have made his own car. Like, your dad is so smart, and with the knowledge that you have and Jeff puts into it, has he ever thought about just building a car? Like, you're getting kind of that now. You're kind of getting what you wanted, but has Jeff ever thought about just jigging up something totally different?
He's pretty much always done that all my life. Like, I'll never forget when we lived in Shreve. A lot of people don't understand. Because the different comments you see, we came from nothing. My first bicycles came from the scrapyard. Dad said, okay, which one do you want? And Gary Hensel's there. And we'd go to the junkyard, pick up several bicycles, put it together, and that's what we made. Well, that's how my dad did race cars. I mean, he brought in a frame, cut the front end, the back end off, and welded it all together. And made his own deal out of it. And with my uncles, obviously. And then he has that street stock that he's been building for years. Well, it's sitting there rolling, and it's just waiting on me to get the body done to it. But this is a pretty badass street stock. It's a leaf spring car, but it can rear steer. It's amazing what this thing can do. And then, but he can also convert it over to a 4-bar car in a matter of a few minutes. So it's pretty cool. But and it's cool because they put the old style roof on it and stuff with small windows like Donnie and them back in the day. And but he definitely would make his own car. It's just I don't know if it's easier to buy somebody that's already done and they kind of do these little changes. But the car we have that we're going to be racing, it's pretty much, we cut bars out of this thing. The back end's our own thing with some where it flexes a little bit more, and then the front end, like I say, it's a reverse strut, and very few, I don't know if any rockets have it. So it should be interesting. It might be a piece of crap, but it's we're going to be proud of it.
Go ahead.
Ryan Shanks says, "What's up, Doug?"
That's one of our drivers. He's one of my over-the-road guys. So what's up, Ryan? Glad to see you're on here.
And then the Green Hornet Buddha, he says, "I'm here now and watching." So the Green Hornet is tuned in.
Before he had the accident happened. He was really nice. Introduced himself after the fireworks and everything, and that's the first time I ever got to talk to him. And it was really nice finally getting to meet the guy that's been helping out, and seeing all these new marketing partners that all you guys are doing has been amazing. And another thing, I don't know if people paid attention, because I was talking to some and they didn't, but those backstretch lights are awesome as a driver. So really appreciate that, and I'm sure the fans like it too. So I know there's little things people don't pay attention to, but being able to see going down the back straightaway is a lot nicer this year.
Yeah. Look for the new ones probably here in the next month on the front straightaway. Hopefully we get the front stretch converted over, and slowly but surely, man, we like to get some lights in the pits too. That's a goal yet this year is to maybe set some poles and get some lights in the pits and just kind of modernize the place. I feel like I appreciate you recognizing some of that stuff, but like trying to modernize it a little bit, I guess is what I'd say. It's a lot of old stuff, and it is hard to see in the pits as well.
Well, I got some telephone poles here, so if you need them, I did contact them when they were taking them down by our truck shop here. So
no. Yeah, well, we might be in touch then because we're fresh out of big tall ones. But yeah, so I appreciate you noticing those. They are nice and bright. Ryan's comment. So here's my buddy. Right, we're in the infield, and he's like, "Man, those lights look really good, but your front stretch is really dark now. Like never good enough, even for the people that work with me. It's never good enough."
Front stretch at one time was really bright.
Yeah.
Now it's too dang dim. So
yep. So thanks, Ryan.
You're welcome, Jason.
So. But no, Doug, let's talk a little bit about, like, Ryan wanted to start from the beginning. So we're looking forward to Sunday. I don't know who's coming. I was talking to Ty today. You never know who rolls into that, but I know winning that would be huge. The Don Hahn Gross Memorial. Do you prep anything for that, or is it Brad just bring you a car and you supply your helmet and you show up and we're going to wheel this thing?
Pretty much Brad and Tim down there do everything, as long as they don't tear it up. Stepson Justin, he'll go down and do the tires. Pretty much the tires is our department, but yet Brad hasn't asked for him to come down or anything. He's actually been doing the tires. So as long as you don't tear up the car, because like the other night when we ran, well, both nights we ran second cow, but that first one I said, I'm not going to top. I'm tired of tearing up. Obviously we've been in contention to win every night we've been out pretty much, or right there in the top three, and we've gotten torn up, and that's why I said we're not getting tore up this week. We're going to take it easy. And but I'll go down and put the lettering on. My brother does it for us, and then I'll go down and put the decals on, or even if he needs anything, he just has to let me know, and we'll go down. But other than that, it's pretty much show up, and Brad tunes the car. He does it all. Like I can't. So yeah, that's why I got to do my job and drive it around the racetrack, because I know I don't always do it right, but do it the best I can.
That was one thing. Brad is Brad Malkett. I know he's one of the smartest guys in his head, and but like, does he give you crap? Like I've seen him walk out to the edge of the track and stuff, and doing the hand signals, and like, does he give you it like he would to anybody else? I mean, because you guys have been together for a long time. Does he give you the
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He don't. He calls me Parnelli Jones and everything, but. And I'll never, it's an honor to race for him. Like, it's idolized him, obviously growing up, and to own a Malkett engine when I was younger, and my family, obviously Dad built every engine in my first couple, because we just didn't have the money to do it. So we built it in our garage, but Brad would do the machine work and stuff. But I'll never forget the first time I met him was in the Holiday Inn, Parkersburg, Holiday Inn, when we were at Pennsboro, and Charlie introduced me to him, and I thought God was standing in front of me, and then he just popped off some joke, and I think he called me Puppet, that I was Charlie's puppet or something like that. So never forget that. But to race for him now, it's awesome. Like, he's like a father figure to me. I respect everything he says, because normally he's not wrong at all, but we don't always tell him. But you gotta.
Yeah.
But yeah, he gets on my shit if I don't do something. But he does. What I love about him, he does compliment me too if I do something well. He can break down the race and say, "Hey, you did this well at this point," and that, because like Berner is another mentor, that's helped me a lot. Is you never can be too old or take coaching and listen to those advice, because we only can get better, and you got to, we've done a lot, but sometimes I get slack. So good to have somebody keep me on my toes. Which Don Gross was another one. Now, being a Don Hahn Gross Memorial, Don was always that way. I'd win a race, and I thought he did absolutely awesome. He'd come down, and he knew exactly what lap I pushed or did this or did that. He said, see, if somebody was real close to you, you would have lost that race. They would have bumped you out of the way. You got to, and so it's good to have these kind of people that I've known for a long time and still give me shit.
There you go.
Doug, you were reeling them in. I think you were running fourth the other day, and I can't remember if it was the first week or second week. And then with Kyle, you throw the slider, and it gets racy, And I looked over at Steph, and my eyes were big, and it was exciting. It was really exciting. And what's Brad say then after the race? After that, like you guys are dicing it up. It's a good race. Kyle wins. When you pull in? What does Brad say?
That night he said I did a good job because the start of the race, like let's face it, with Kyle, 2 laps you have to beat him, and that's the first lap and the last lap. Anything in between, don't worry about because he drives that car like Dale Earnhardt, like 100% every freaking lap. So eventually he's gonna hit that wall a little harder than he expected, and that's when you got to pounce. Or there's just times that he just don't cruise a lot. And when he does cruise, that's usually when he screws up. So it's kind of like, I love Kyle, obviously, but Brad-wise, he points those things out. But like the other week on that one, in my head, I was winning that race. It came down, I was there, I threw them sliders just to kind of tease, and I was waiting for the last lap to do it. It was going to be freaking great. I mean, we were going to either love each other or hate each other afterwards, but I guarantee you, if we did touch, Kyle still would have been okay whether he came out second or wasn't and said it was a hell of a race. But somehow we burned off 2 spark plugs on that last restart, and that motor stumbled the whole damn way, and coming in, it just started popping and everything. So thankfully we didn't do anything worse, but somehow we burned off 2 ends of the spark plugs, and we didn't get that opportunity. But I was just glad we were close. So it's and that's hats off to Jason giving us a racetrack to do that with. So I'm so thankful you took some of that top away, maybe another foot, and it'll be perfect. But right now I'm not going to complain because it's a lot of fun to race there again.
See, I'm not the only one.
So you say that, so I won't tell you, but I get crap all the time. So like, I think last week when that race was going on, and I got told afterwards that, oh, you're just hard on equipment here. You want the racetrack so heavy that nobody can finish, and you're hard on shit. And then the week before it was slick, and I thought it was horrible. It might have been good racing, but if the fans can't see it, like we're selling tickets to a show, and if you can't see the show, you're not gonna, you can't sell tickets to that. So, do you have a preference, Doug? Do you care, or do you?
I like it both ways because yes, it equalizes people on the hammer down deal, but we have 900 horsepower motors for a reason, so let's use them to a point. However, it's harder to catch people, and the cream will rise to the top on a little bit slower racetrack. Obviously 17 3s or 4s, whatever we were turning last week, that was pretty fast every single lap, but we were still passing, we were still racing. So, and that's all I ask, as long as we can race side by side. Now if it was wide open around the top the whole night, then no, that's no fun to me. And you're just waiting for that bobble to happen, waiting for somebody to rip part of the guardrail down, rip the back end off the car, and all that. But obviously that hasn't happened this year. So again, thanks for fixing that part. But the slower racetrack, let's face it, that thing the wind was blowing the other way, southwest to northeast. It's been a beautiful show. You also have that, like, I would hate to be your shoes on a promoter because even me doing the fireworks the other night, I'm like, shit, it's coming from the northeast to the southwest. It's going to blow on the fans, the debris and everything. Like, then I'm thinking, well, Jason's got to worry about the whole, but thankfully it was tacky that night, so you didn't have to worry about the dust part of it. But other than that, I don't care. I just want to race and be able to start anywhere on the racetrack and get to the front. And that's all I think any racer wants, We don't want freebies. We want to be able to race it out. And like I said, I like coming from the back and getting to the front. So, But,
well, I like it fast. I'll be honest with you. If you're running sprint cars, and the sprint cars are so hard on the facility that if you don't have it heavy for those guys, it doesn't always create the best racing, and they blow it off so far, and so it starts off really heavy. So sometimes the heat races aren't so good. Maybe like it is, maybe one groove or something. But I thought the late models heat races were good that night, and the track just got better as the night went on. So that's what I always shoot for, because if the fans can see it, from the fans' perspective, they don't pay for spoilers and things like that, but they love speed, and we see sprint cars pulling wheelies off of turn 2, and good. Like that's what sells tickets, right? That's really the key.
And that is, yeah, you got to do what puts people in the stands. If you had a special at a restaurant that tasted like shit, nobody's going to keep coming back to
That's true.
eat. So you got to put on something that's going to be what people want to watch. And us as racers, we're going to either race or we're not. And let's face it, you have one of the best facilities there is. So we're probably all going to come regardless, as long as you give us a racetrack that we can race on. And fast, slow.
I'm going to quote Brad Malkett. They're all shitholes. You just got one of the nicer ones. That's Brad. That's Brad right there. That's a compliment. Some people would look at him like, what the hell? But he hurt my feelings a couple of years ago in the infield. He was so mad, and you might have been driving for him. I'm not sure, and this will hurt people's feelings out there, but he came up to me in the infield. I mean, he's steaming, right? He's mad. Race is going on. He goes, "You're just nothing but a goddamn Democrat." I mean,
had to go political.
Yes, he did. I was like, "Really, Brad?" And he stormed off. Like, oh man,
Trump signs right there when you walk in the shop. So I don't mind them.
Yeah, but that's the way I am too. But like, man, that kind of hurt. Like usually he'll say things that kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. But
I had that from a Missler fan. When Missler and I got together, some dude from Wisconsin was going to kill me and everything else, threatening messages, and because he said I'm a freaking Democrat, this, that, and the other. I'm like, what is this guy talking about? Like, I don't know. I'm like, no, I'm pretty much let it hang out, but whatever.
Yeah, listen, that's a story. Ryan will probably get into that as we go back in your timeline here. That's a story that has to be told too. Some of that, but what do you got, Ryan?
The other day, Brad posted something about. Brad Moore posted something about redraws and inverts, and then you had a really good comment, and I remember I read some of it, and it was really good. Can you explain like how you feel about the inverts and winning from starting on the front row?
Well, like I don't know, and this is nothing against ones that's won from the front row every week, but I think I can count on I think we've won 48 features of Wayne County, and I believe 3 is all I've ever started on the front row. Some of them I've started 8th, 10th, 12th, tail. Ryan Markham, I'm sure, is about the same way, and I think he's 67 feature win, 69, something like that. So 2 winningest drivers didn't get to say we won from the front row, and I never bragged about a win that I've won from the front. To me, that's boring. It's boring for a fan to watch. Everybody bitches about it. So to me, so there's not a redraw, there's not nothing. To me, I love Australia's way of doing it. One, the fans get to see more racing. It's a show that runs smoothly, real quick, because they have to. They have a time limit. And they each class runs 2 heat races. And then you have a B main if they don't get enough points in those heat races. And then you line up for the feature. No damn hot laps, because why are we wearing out our motors for qualifying and hot lap? Screw that. Nobody cares about that except for a big race, big shows. So then you put this deal together, you invert. So now you're seeing guys and you could draw that middle fill, which is what I always loved in Australia. You draw the middle, you start middle of both of them. So you don't have to pass so many cars to try to win the heat, get those points and what have you. But you get passing points in that. So, but now the fans get to watch a guy, or myself would start a pole in the heat race and I'd run away with it. Well, okay, what do you do? The next one, they're like, yeah, he has to start tail now, see how he does. So then if I didn't come up through, track conditions, whatever might allow for it, run out of laps, well, now I might be starting 10th or 12th and don't have to rely on any draw. It's just I sucked in my heat race, so I don't get to start the pole. And it just and it just makes it a lot better to me. And it's a different show every single week. And it's not the consistent draw fill or, hey, you qualify quick time, you're on the front row. Not for local racing. Like, that, it's just not good. To me, it's not good for local race because you're asking the same fans, same driver, same everything to come watch the same show. And ultimately, I have never been to a movie theater to watch the same damn movie in a movie theater. So why would I go to a racetrack and watch that same 15, 16 cars lined up the same way, maybe a shuffle of 2? Nah, that's boring. Like, that's not the way to do it. So to me, I'd redraw 12 as far as I'm concerned.
Well, we got the new wheel. Have you seen the wheel? We're gonna bring it out. We can't bring it out this week. We just rained out every damn local show we ran. But like we have this wheel, and sponsored by Tyler Evans. His wife's got a new clothing line, and it's pretty cool. Fans can spin it. We're gonna get fans to spin it, and it's invert the field. And I think it goes all the way to sixth place and fan choice and win a free hot dog. So it's kind of creative, but. Yeah, so I agree with you. So as a promoter, I agree with you. All the stuff you just said. I guess sometimes we all copy too much of Lucas Oil or World of Outlaws, where the loudest voice now is being like, oh, we need to, these cost too much. We should be lining straight up. You should reward all this stuff, and some of that's true, right? I mean, if you're fast, you should be rewarded. But in the same token, we're putting a show on, and you got to kind of find that balance.
Fault is it that it's gotten this expensive? The racers for allowing it.
Yeah.
If we wouldn't be buying these high dollar engines, if we wouldn't be paying these big rebuilds, it wouldn't be a problem. But we do it because we want to win, so we do it. And it's not. Don't get me wrong. I've won with less and what have you, but it's and there is engines out there. JR had a small engine running second, so people said, "Oh, we've got to have a wide bore." False. I mean, I've won with standard bore stuff. Brad's rebuilding one of mine that I plan on running all the time. So I think Ryan runs one of his in standard bore. So you don't have to. People make assumptions all the time that we have $50,000 engines in. Now, don't get me wrong, my car does have one in it, which I'm sick about because I know I can't sell it for it, and it just, I can't stand it. But it's like, it's, I don't know. To me, it's, with the racing the way I was thinking, want to do it, and I did say, let me promote one night, we'll do it this way. It's 7 o'clock racing. So you have exactly till 7 o'clock to get that track perfectly prepped. Cars roll out on that racetrack, they're racing. There's no delay whether we heat and engines, this, that, and the other. Took too long. It's going to or time trials and all that. We are racing at 7 o'clock. We have that time limit. These races, and bam, bam, it just goes. And if they don't get it done in that amount of time, sorry guys, get off the track because you didn't get around the track enough. Too many cautions, too many of this. You had your 10 minutes for that race, you're done. And how you cross that line at that 10-minute mark, done.
Yeah.
It just keeps it flowing. I know it's hard to be to that point because everybody's there, they get to race. Well, talk to your peers and get them to go around the track a little bit better instead of spinning out what happens. So,
I agree. I agree with that. I think the only class that doesn't work for, and here again, it's on the promoter side of it, because you get beat up by all sides, but like sprint car guys, like there's just like an industry standard. Like anything you do with sprint cars, it's always compared to All Stars or, this is what we do at Attica or Fremont or this track or that track, and everybody's like, the first thing they say is, oh, if we don't get that, and we're not going to come, or if we don't have straight up racing, that we're not interested. So the racers, I think, sometimes forget why they're racing, and everybody wants that. And a lot of times it's guys who don't even qualify good, and they end up starting 15th in a feature anyway. That whine and cry about it. But yeah, maybe there's a night coming up that me and you partner up on a promotions, and I'd be down for that.
I think it'd be a good way of doing it, and. The sprint cars, it's still the same thing. People want to see sprint cars passing. Like, when I see the same ones and they just stretch out, and it's like Eldora. They're some of the boringest races now in sprint car racing because they're all equal. They all start fast. They don't, except for the ones that they do invert. Now, that's fun because now they invert it. So it makes it interesting. So, I don't know, man. That's what I would do if I was, but I don't own it. I don't. Skin in the game. If we promote a night though, then there won't be enough tar and feathers to do both of us. Only one of us will get it. Yeah, that works.
Hey, DJ commented, one of my best friends, and then he also had Jeff has fixed up the zombie a few times.
DJ had that black front end rocket. I wrecked it a couple times, and he wrecked it, and but Dad just kept that thing going. It was great, actually, and then got sold to Dwayne Chamberlain. That was Tristan Chamberlain's first car that he ran. It was Zombie. So that thing, we won a lot of races in that car.
John Gardner says, been watching him since they were calling him the Kid. He's an awesome guy for sure. Doug, you go back to the beginning, and I remember them saying, Doug the kid drowned, and like that's how long you've been racing, and you were a young guy, back then, and now you're one of the longtime stalwarts. How does that feel?
It's good. Yeah. I mean, obviously getting old. So when I see Billy Dawson shirts with the kid, actually last weekend, I didn't even notice it till last weekend that it was on, I think, one of his shirts. And it just made me smile to a point because I was there one day and talking to him. And she's got a good head on her shoulders for young and everything else. Obviously, got to see her grow up. But it was like, we don't have a lot of youth. Yeah, Caden Black and Billy Dawson and her, and now my son would like to drive my other car and stuff. And I'm thinking about it, but I'm just like, here we go. Like I said at the bank, it's a death sentence. This means he's going to get hooked, and then I'm going to be spending how much money? But that's what the sport needs. So yeah, we'll see. But it is sticking around and what have you, and having a lot of success over the years has been really nice. And obviously the people you meet, it just goes on. That's I guess what's really nice. And it's cool when I go to the other tracks. And how people think that, they kind of bring up that, I remember when you were the kid, blah, 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 and there I am with my gray hairs and everything else. So, but glad to be still doing it and capable.
And I remember you had a really big win down at, was it Southern Ohio Speedway?
Yeah, and that was awesome. I'll never forget that night. It was, I actually got in because we won the prelim or something. I finished prelim, so it was all set, kind of like Jason's deal where you're locked in. Well, I ended up finishing, so I started 8th or something in that feature. But and I'll never forget because Jonathan Davenport's t-shirt guy, Brewster, said, you're going to win this race tonight. Jonathan don't. And I'm like, and I think Jonathan broke or might not have made the race. I think he didn't make the race. Something happened, and we ended up winning the race. So ended up long time friendship from that one, but and also it was a good weekend all the way around. But fast racetrack. It's unfortunate it didn't make it, but yeah.
That was a long way from home, and I remember. I think maybe we were doing the radio show, Thrills on Wheels back then, so maybe that's why or just being a fan, I was paying attention to you. But I remember you went down there and you took it to them, and I want to say was that a 10,000 to win show?
Well, yeah, 12,000 to win. And
12.
Yeah, John Weekly
It's a big one.
He gave me everything I could think of, and it's pretty cool. Steve Francis, Timmy was lead, did pass me and got a flat, like right after, but then, like I said, we were able to hang on. There's a lot of good names that was there that day, and to be able to pull that off was pretty awesome for myself, for Sean, and obviously we had a year that year.
Yeah, and I remember watching you at Lakeville, getting around just a little track, local, and then you go out and you won that big race. I just remember it was so cool back then.
Yeah, that's definitely like the little bowl rings, but it's good to have a little success on some of the big ones that we don't always get. Yeah, Pittsburgh, Eldora, that's not been my friend. So.
Did you and Malcolm want a race? Was it a max race together? Was that Lernerville or something? Did you and Brad win something over there in Pennsylvania? And didn't he have a few words for them guys after you guys were pulling out the motorhome and gassed it up? Remember that?
Yeah. That's when I saw a different side of Brad.
I don't know about this.
Brad that night. So yeah, we were in his Victory Circle car, and I don't know. I still can't believe we won that night, but. And Covert was all over me. He hit me in the one corner. I'm my hand out the window. I don't know if I gave the finger or fist or whatever. Like, what the heck? But then we recollected myself, took off, won that race, and or we still won the race. But afterwards, we were getting all loaded up. I thought we were going to go to the next track to up there in where Matt Lutz is from. Not Tri-City. Yeah.
Challenger?
No, it's Franklin, PA up there. Anyway,
Tri-City?
Tri-City. I think that's what it is. But so we're pulling out of pits, and Brad just revs up his motorhome, dumps this thing. Black smoke rolls out. He kind of spins the tires a little bit and yells out to him, "Take that, you sons of bitches!" They only pulls this thing maybe 40 more feet. He parks right in the damn road to get into the pits and everything. That's where he set up camp, got his little grill out. I thought the way he was going, we were headed to the track, but no, just right there. It was awesome. Just loved it. It was just great win for us. Obviously, series win together, and he never won Lernerville with all his other drivers, so it was pretty special to me, because Kenny Brightville, that Shaver, Davey Johnson, a lot of them, and they never won there. So it's cool to have that that experience together. I guess that success.
This one time, Doug, Jason, and I, we were down at the Race Promoters Workshop in Daytona. We're at the hotel, and then we come out, and we're just walking down the street, and then we look up now, just random, completely random. Here comes Brad in his motorhome. You could just drive it right down the road.
A1A right there to be just pimping him and his dog,
Just
rolling
driving.
up there like he owned a joint.
And we are like, oh, look, there goes Brad.
Wearing one of his blue shirts, It's
Oh yeah, stands up. It's him.
yeah, he's hard to miss. He usually got that half cigar out of his mouth chewing on it. Yeah, so good times. Hey, you drove for Sean Weekly, and that was a good time for you, but you've been clean for the most of your career. I can't think of too many problems you've ever had with anybody, but that you and Missler there, it seemed like you guys couldn't get away from each other. I think that's good. So I think that's good for the sport. A little bit of rivalry. I feel like we've lost that. Everybody loves everybody, and I feel like the fans like to feed off that. And NASCAR, I think, is going through the same thing where there's no rivalry with anybody. What's your opinion on that? I mean, do you think there needs to be something more than just everybody hugging, or do you think it's just easier?
No, it's good. Now, to where Ryan and I was, that wasn't so good. I mean, that was a little too much, and maybe I overreacted, but I know what would have happened. I would have whooped his ass in the pits and went to jail, and I wasn't going to do that. So I left it on the racetrack, and I used DJ's theory. You hit me, I hit you. And people didn't see it, and I love their videos because it always shows it perfect for his perspective.
Yeah.
And I can play back, and I did with Ryan. And dude, you lifted 10 cars earlier than you did the first 6 laps. So why in the hell did you lift so much? It's because of the damn signal people, and obviously, that's what happened. And he's gonna block. Well, I wasn't ready for that to happen. We got together. So what? But I'm the son of a bitch, which great, grand, wonderful. Sorry. Well, then the next deal happens, and basically, people don't realize, I was doing half sliders because Keith Berner said, don't slide anybody, because we were struggling bad. He said, because we got that provisional, went out there, I'm just running the middle of the racetrack. And even his crew guys even said, you're a half-assed slide job. Well, no shit, that's what they were. They were half slide jobs, or half sliders. That way, left in the outside lane, inside lane. But he went and turned down and hit my left rear, bent my axle, bent the wheel. I had $1,600 right there, which I didn't know the axle was bent at that time. But the wobbling I had going down the back straightaway, I'm like, nah, he ain't going untouched for this. So I went in there and put him in a wall like he deserved. You hit me, I'm hitting you back.
I love it.
But his wife makes wonderful cookies, and I'll pay whatever for those at Kyle's benefit wheel.
Yes, you did.
I'm afraid
We weren't even going to go there, Doug. I wasn't even bringing the cookies up, bud.
I thought if I bought them straight out, they might put X-Lax or something in them. So I can't do that. I got to have them where they're open to the public.
I love it. So that goes back to where I think, to promote a show, we'll use Buddha. Buddha's watching this, the Green Hornet, WWF Wrestling, right? It's all about the show. And I feel like everybody needs to have a little something. I always had a feud with Markham. You've been clean. I think you have definitely grown into your own, and I like it. But I think there needs to be, like you said, maybe it went too far, but not really. The fighting and stuff doesn't happen. But there's got to be some rivalry so the fans go, oh, man, look at this heat race. Markham and Drown are lined up. Remember last week? There's got to be a storyline, because if there isn't, you said it earlier, like you're bringing the fans back to watch the same 12, 15 cars do the same thing every week. And I think if there's a little story, it doesn't hurt anything as far as the show goes.
Yeah, I agree. And that's like, if I do something way wrong, and I'm not going to name names, but I felt bad about a choice I made, and
Yeah.
I didn't expect the aftermath to happen when it did. And I went and I bought the person a frame and interior and everything to replace what I tore up. I don't think any other racers have ever done that if they wreck somebody that I'm aware of. And that's because I knew I did wrong, and I felt bad about it. Granted, we're in race cars going how fast. We can say this is what my intentions were, but until the things fall, you don't know what's going to happen. And I guess I learned from, and normally I can really count on races with one hand, maybe start of the two in 20 some years that I've ever really had those conflicts. And unfortunately, two was with Ryan. And again, I think people don't see that back to that other, I'm getting messages of death threats and everything else from Ryan's fans that listen to his coffee talk. And I'm thinking, Ryan don't know this, and I never told him that. But it's like, dude, it ain't right. Like, you need to reel in these people. And he's like, well, I'll just let people talk. Let them talk until it happens. And when I shoot one of his freaking fans, is he going to be okay with that? No. Like, dude, you don't tell me you're coming to my house. I know where you live. And that's why I think I reacted the way I did on the second situation. Why not? Because his friends and or his fans, I don't think my fans do that, but I could be completely wrong, but I don't put myself in that situation either, except for, and I think it's just been with Ryan and Markham, and I felt bad about it there at Attica, but I try not to, but yes, you got to have storylines on that note, but I want it to be good, hard racing, like Kyle and I do. We'll bump and bang, but it's in such a way that we both continue, and we laugh about it and shake each other's hand after, like, holy shit. But the fans don't see that. All they saw was us bumping and banging on the racetrack.
Right.
And we know him and I know we're good when we're in the pits. But the fans think, holy shit, they must hate each other. So they can come back next month. We're going to do it again.
I think we've seen it. Like, I think we've seen it last year with the Kyle and Brennan thing. I think it just came to it. I thought it was over at Hilltop when Brennan parked it on Kyle's hood, and then what happened at County was just uncalled for. JR got taken out of that mess. A lot of innocent bystanders got taken out. I think that's where it goes too far. It's hard to do a storyline when it costs thousands of dollars to clean that stuff up, and the two guys that were in the story didn't even get affected by it.
Correct. And that does suck. Just like Brad and I guess, are a different situation, but I was thankful, even though supposedly I took fault for it when I had the text, which I definitely didn't take fault for it. But when Todd and I got together, I was fine with the contact. Everybody's going for the win. I just felt bad for that Lincoln Smith getting tore a race car up. That had nothing. He wasn't involved at all. And then, in Attica, it's just, like Brad said, 15 years ago, we'd be fighting. But at this point, we're going to put our stuff back together because we have a fast race car, and we're going to go back at it and just beat them on the racetrack the next time. And that's the right attitude to have, because this fighting and all that is just not worth it. It's we're here to have some fun. We know we're not making money, so it's just lose as little as possible.
There you go. Go ahead, Ron.
Doug, last week we had a huge fireworks show, and I know like the last few years, several years you've helped out and did this fireworks stuff. That was amazing. Why do you give back to the racing community and to the racetrack, and why do you do those types of things?
I think because I'm obviously blessed for the situation that I'm in. And don't get me wrong, I've worked hard. I had a lot of sacrifices. Obviously, my racing's hurt from it, but I love racing. I love what Jason's done. I think he's the longest promoter of Wayne County Speedway in the history. I think Jacobs didn't last that long. I don't think anybody by themselves has lasted like he has. So to me, people need to give him and this is I know he's right here, but give him a little less hard time because we're very thankful for that racetrack. And it is to me one of the best ones. You can race there. When it's right is a lot of fun. And we're just fortunate that it's so close to home. But I just like giving back because people aren't as fortunate. And my business got started because somebody believed in me. I didn't have any money, and this was 2015. And Dave Miller said, "What do you need to start your business?" Well, I need to buy a livestock trailer, and he gave me $16,500 to pay me back as soon as you can. There's no excuses now. You can't start your business. So it went from that, which I paid him back within 6 months, but it went from I was hustling it, with the post-it cards at gas stations, joyride for this, that, auction houses, doing everything I could. So did all those things because somebody gave me an opportunity, and I didn't want to fail at it. And I don't want to see Jason fail. I don't want to see anybody fail. So I try to help here and there where I can without making myself go broke or anything, because a lot of small holes in a ship can sink, pretty big ones, a lot of little ones. So you got to, pick and choose, but I just try to do things that help everybody. And I just love the sport and the camaraderie we have of the people off the track when tragedies happen and anything where you need help. We're there, I needed something, I'm sure if I was in the Ashland area, I could call Ryan and he would get me the Pearson. No matter if we had beef the week before or whatever, it's just that kind of thing. And that's why I try to help out. People gave me opportunity and I just try to do it back for them.
Dude, we really appreciate it. It was an amazing show. And we had so many compliments and it was really good, man.
I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Things got set off a little quick, but I've already got a plan for next year. We're going to separate things. We're going to make, as long as he has me back. I mean, I might have.
You can come back any day, man. You know that. I will say this though, like the fireworks is like part of the, the whole crowd gets to see what he does, but like his dad, like we were tearing some bleachers down. I think it was in April. Whatever, and we were just gonna tear bleachers down. His dad has been like, he's friends with JD, so JD ropes Jeff into everything we're doing. I feel bad for Jeff sometimes, but we're up here tearing these bleachers down on a Sunday morning, and we're thinking it's gonna be like 2 days tearing down. Well, we get them apart pretty quick, and I'm like, well, how are we gonna haul them home? And it was one phone call, right? And Doug, it was on a Sunday. I know you had guys everywhere. You found crew. You yourself came down. In a matter of a couple hours, we had those bleachers hauled home, and that's the stuff you can't just put a price on. I mean, guys, on a Sunday.
Well, you can't put a price on it, and then nobody sees it. Like nobody knows it,
And that's the thing, we try to promote everything he does, and he knows if I have anything at my junkyard, he's welcome to it as well. So.
Dave, I appreciate you letting us use your dump truck and stuff, because
yeah,
helped out. So I loaned mine out; it got ruined, and didn't have one anymore.
I don't have a lot of stuff that anybody ever wants to borrow, but you're always welcome. If I have something, that's the good part about the racing. And nobody sees, but like you can't find nobody better right now. And that he does a great job. And so I don't know. I can't thank you enough. And your dad deserves a lot of credit. And I know you're your own man, but your dad has probably helped me out in the last 2 years. He didn't even know me that well for how many years, but like I feel like he's right there every time we're doing a project. He's welding something, fabricating something. We're just always involved. It's really nice.
I appreciate it. And I need to say happy birthday to him. I haven't called him yet, but it's his 78th birthday today. So
well, happy birthday to Jeff. And something that I didn't know, and we're Facebook friends, but your birthday was it the 25th of June or 26th?
28th.
28. So we kind of stole your thunder because you used to have a big party at your house and do your own fireworks and
I know we normally do, but we're supposed to have a grandbaby due. Our second one is supposed to be due today, but any minute, any hour, any day.
Oh. Breaking news right here on the show.
Kind of waiting on that, so we didn't do the July 4th party at my house. And I'm going to tell my friends from now on that we're going to Wayne County for it. So, look at it. They all can come there. Maybe I'll do a joyride, summer party thing there where, bring all the employees and everything and friends. And then like a corporate event, whatever.
Well, we had Hill International there, and I think you seen the trucks were sitting there. And they brought 50 people out, and we gave them a good barbecue dinner and some stuff, and they really enjoyed themselves. And so that's something we definitely would offer to you. Of course, we'll take care of you guys if you ever wanted to do that.
No, definitely probably will.
So, go ahead,
Doug.
What is wrong with you?
No. So I remember Joyride Transport when you started. You were in the restaurant business, and then Joyride Transport. I thought you were doing like Amish hauling. To see where I thought you were when you began to then working in Apple Creek, and I would sit there and I'd be like, oh, there's one, there's two, there's three. Oh, here they're going back home. 4, 5. I couldn't count. I couldn't count how many Joyride semi trucks driving through Apple Creek. Your business has grown, and it's really neat to see. So like, tell us about like how that all came about.
So yeah, basically, like what I kind of touched on with Dave Miller giving me that opportunity. So what happened is Sean decided to quit in 13 because we had a great year and said, hey, let's quit while we're on top, which I didn't see coming. And then Dave Runkle, it wasn't a good deal. Let's just put it that way. I was supposed to have all these promises and everything, and it didn't happen. I sold my hauler, sold all this stuff, and I ended up having all that money. And that's what kept the 20 car running, because he was waiting on oil money, this, that, and the other. So when I see people comment about being broke, racing low budget, this, that, and the other, I've been there. So only person they have to look at is the person in the mirror. I went, and there's different things that happen. So Dad and I were talking about this the other day. I didn't have sponsorship really. We would get, and it's a lot, don't get me wrong, it was 6,000 total. Very fortunate for it. But I would take that 6,000, I would buy people's junk cars, and we would paint them up, put new bodies and everything on it, and sell them for 12,000 and 10,000. So now I just took that 6,000 and turned it into a profit for my bigger sponsorship to keep us racing. Rick Auckland's the one that told me how to do that. It's not the reason I'm number 12, but he's the one that kind of showed me the way of when you don't have money, don't have sponsors, these are the things you need to do. Well, I was tired of doing that as well. So my buddy at the time, Dave Miller said, dude, just start your own business. And I didn't know anything about animals. Joy's had horses and stuff, so that's what we did, part-time. And then Dave said, well, get your own trailer, do this. And then I bought a dually with, took a loan and everything. And did the truck. And then, or the trailer with Dave. Like I said, I paid him back. Well, here, my idiot, I bought a trailer that you had to have a flatbed tray on the truck. So then my aunt and uncle, it's Scooter and Sherry, they loaned me $3,500 to put this flatbed on the truck. So I had to pay them back. So basically, I took $20,000, and then, now we're year 11, because that was January 12th of 15 when we started. That was when Joyride Transport was LLC. But I didn't have my first load until April 27th. So talk about taking a risk and not knowing what to do. But that's why I was late to Attica that night. I came rolling into the pits with my livestock trailer and everything. Literally, I got my first call, and I'm like, well, I can't turn down this. I got to do it. Of course, it said it was in Ohio. It was Gallipolis, Ohio. Never heard of it at that time. So I'm like, yep, I'll take it. Shit, that is the most southern point of Ohio. It's furthest away from Attica you could get. So, yeah, we ended up coming all the way up there. I roll in, literally had the car warmed up. I was like Superman. Got into the thing, didn't get to qualify. Started tail of the heat, won the heat. Then they ended up, it was an all-star sprint night. They made us first. I wasn't even there an hour. Ended up winning the feature. So it was a win-win to me. Like, I don't know what you want to call it, but Joyride got their first load. I won the race. Wasn't even there an hour. And it was, long story short, we've grown. Obviously now we're 30 semis and 140 some trailers and
wow,
a couple properties, a warehouse, and it's just surrounding yourself with good people, and I have great employees like Ryan and Gary Hensel now works for us in the shop, and just had a lot of good people. Charlie Duncan worked for us at the beginning, and then come back after COVID because he's like, I'm not going on, whatever, government assistant. He said, I'm going to do a job because I didn't have work. And so he came back once we got rolling again, and here we are. So it's basically since 21, when COVID happened, we were down to 4 trucks. So from 21 to now, we've grown that much. And it's just having good people. My sons work in the office. My other stepson works at the warehouse, and it's just been a true blessing. And Teresa Wangard, that kind of got Best Western set up with you guys.
Yep.
Now I'm manager here, so I'm so thankful when she retired or quit from there and came here.
We miss her there. She was fun to work with, and well, I knew you were connected there because we needed your PA system that year she was there. She called you, remember? And so, so I didn't know you were that big. So what do you primary hauling? I mean, so you still doing livestock, or I know you got van trailers. What are you hauling these days?
Yeah, we do some flatbed. We work with Kyle Brown through E41 Logistics. We do stuff through them with the flatbeds, and then we haul for Ely Road Reel, and then we haul windows, siding, and then Timber Tech and AZEC. They're another one of our customers we haul for, Return Polymers out of Ashland, which they're owned by James Hardy now. But so the deck boards, composite, a lot of the building materials really are our main focus.
Okay. So you're out of the livestock business, or you still got a couple trailers?
Just one right now. We actually downsized to one because really the rates what that pays versus what you can do with the van now and flatbed. It's just, and you don't have to clean up. I don't have to have guys getting the truck smelling like crap and everything else. So, but I don't want to forget where I came from, and livestock is, so that's why I've kept the one. And we haul for United Producers and Jason Weil, and sometimes Andy Mullet up by Burbank and Preston area. So that's who we primarily haul for now when it comes to livestock stuff.
I see your trucks. You still doing the veal stuff? You doing out the veal barn still?
We do. Yeah, we do. Yeah. Really, the lambs there more than anything. So we haul for them as well. We're there. They called me Friday and needed a trailer, a refrigeration moved and stuff. So
well, you're definitely a rags to riches. Not rags. I mean, like, I don't see you guys were, you were poor, but I mean, I do agree. Like, you started. I mean, your dad's just been so handy. So when I was friends with Mark Uller, and when I met Mark, your dad was still racing the pro stock class, and you were just a little kid then because you're a little bit younger than me. But like, your dad was always a good racer, and he was a great fabricator and stuff. And Jeff, worked at Rubbermaid and stuff. But like, you come up that way, and like, it's just neat because everything you have, you've earned it, and I think you appreciate it more. And like Ryan addressed, you. Not just Wayne County Speedway, but let's just be honest. There's a lot of people, and Ryan can read some of these comments. You help a lot of people who don't get the recognition for helping as many people as you do, because whether you want to do it secretly or not, but like, you're just all around good dude. And I think that's the how you are as a man speaks way more than how you are as a racer. Like, your legacy will go down as what you do for the community, and then your racer is just. That's what you do, but who you are is you're a very good, honest man.
I appreciate it, man. I try. It's like I said, I've been fortunate and blessed, and I had a dad and parents that kind of taught me that you got to work for what you want. You're not just going to be given. It's not going to be easy. We're not a family that came from a bunch of money. Actually, nobody left my dad anything, and he's worked his ass off for what he has. I'll never forget when he had to go back to college as my daddy. We're in college and he's going to college just to better himself, better things. So he, it was, so he showed me that things can happen, and if you have the willpower and everything else. So he can be hard on people, and he's not really hard on me at all. He's definitely proud, and
he's proud.
That's what I'm like with the other people. I've been there. So and I want people to know that, you can do it. It's just, you gotta,
Yeah.
it's a roller coaster. It's a roller coaster. You're going to have success. You're going to have fault, but you learn from those mistakes and just keep on getting better. And, yeah. So that's why I like to help people. I've been fortunate and can't take a lot of it with me. And yes, I got to invest, but if I can help people to achieve their dreams, even if it's a small way, then I don't know, it's a win, and it makes me feel good for doing that.
Well, Ryan's got a bunch of comments here, and these are some of the people I would assume that they have a lot of respect for you as well. So he'll read some of these.
Yeah, I want to make sure everybody knows, if they're just tuning in, this is Doug Drown, and don't forget that this driver's highlight is sponsored by Sinks Garage, Racing Diecast and Apparel. So
I'm firing Matt.
Okay, I'm sorry. Hey, so Ryan Leathers has a good comment here for you, Doug. From childhood hero to driving my car and now beloved sponsor, Doug Drown has always been my favorite driver on the track. Everything Doug has done, from driving to helping out has directly or indirectly honored my father, and I'll be forever grateful. Thank you, brother.
Really nice. Appreciate it, Ryan. Yeah, his dad was a heck of one of my fans. Like when I first started, Lakeville days, everything. He would buy shirts, and he always had to buy two, one to keep in a bag to have forever, and the other one he could wear. So I'll never forget that. But he was, a really good fan. And Ryan, he is one passionate dude about racing, and that's what we need. You know what I mean? We got to have people that are still hungry for it and passionate about it, instead of all the negative and just doing it for the love of it.
Hey, so Todd George says it was because of the olives on the pizza for the Southern 100.
That's no shit. I hate olives, all right? And these guys, Todd is an amazing dude. Silver Fox from down there in Southern Ohio. We became friends when racing down that way, Portsmouth a lot and Atomic. And these guys went to get me pizza. So if you listen to the interview on YouTube or when I won in Victory Lane down there, you can hear the guy in the background, it had to be because of them olives. So they asked me, hey, can we go get you anything? Because we didn't have a vehicle to go anywhere, get lunch. And they said, yeah, well, they'll get us pizza. I said, all right, what do you want on it? I said, you can put anything but olives on it. That's fine with me, anything but olives. This freaking pizza comes, and they had freaking extra olives all over this thing. But I was hungry, so I ate it. And, of course, long story short, we ended up winning. And it's because of the olives, the only reason I won.
Tracy Ackerman says, what's up, guys? I'm tuning in from Emerald Island, North Carolina.
Nice.
So thanks for tuning in, Tracy. Rita Dawson, she says, thank you, Doug, not just for the fireworks, but for everything you do for racing in general.
I appreciate it.
I think there's quite a bit of them.
Yeah, Ryan comes back with a damn good person to work for.
Yeah,
I
Ryan
appreciate
Shank.
it.
He wants a raise.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you can't do that. He's doing well, so I'll say that.
Jeff Kepling says, Doug went around Attica in the 20 late model faster than anybody I've ever seen. It was a shame it blew up before the feature. He lapped everybody in the B main.
I'll never forget that night. That was, I couldn't believe how fast the car was. It was like on a slot car. That's when they had one of them vibrating rollers. They rolled that track, and I thought it would be kind of slick because it was packed too tight. And no, that thing was, but I didn't as Brad says, you got to let the son of a bitch breathe every once in a while.
That sounds like Brad, too.
And ended up blowing it up.
Yeah.
Mike Shamball says, I miss seeing Doug in the old 63 weekly car. That was a hell of a team.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was. Yeah, Sean gave me everything I needed. He believed in me and opportunity to work on the car and drive it. Like I said, he taught
Sean's
me
a
lot.
good guy. I seen Sean at East Bay's been closed for a couple of years, but last time we were at East Bay, the last year, he was there, and I got to sit with him a little bit. And man, you remember going to Muskingum as a racer? You as a racer, we'd go down there, and I mean that was, back when he was running his own stuff, he was a staple down there.
Yeah, absolutely. And then being able to go there and at Zanesville, I think I won one race of my own stuff there. And then when we went with Sean, I think I only lost to Donnie Moran and Devin Moran. And even the soil race, I got spun out early on, in the race that year in 13. And went to the tail and come back to third, and I think Devin, Earl, and then myself. And yeah, it was pretty awesome. Like to be that dominant there. And Sean, I know he loved it. And like I said, he taught me a lot about business, and I think I'm the business person because of him. Just different, I don't know, comments he would make and things along the way as we were racing, but yet the business side of things. So I owe a lot to him also.
There's always somebody like McIlvain. Like I try to learn from Joe. Joe's very successful his whole life, but Joe would say, get the hell out of this racetrack business. There ain't nobody to be made, no damn racetrack, right? So he thinks that we're crazy, and he loves it more than anybody too. But as a business, it's just he's used to like you load truck, haul a load, get paid to go haul the next load. He's like, these damn people every week, you don't know what you're getting, the weather. Facebook, social media has been great. We're promoting right now on social media, but in the same token, if it's bad, it's really bad, right? I mean, it's a double-edged sword, and but one person I remember you being really good friends with, and I'm sure you still are, but what has Matt Luck's been up to?
Matt has been riding side-by-sides. He's been tearing them up. The last time we went, he went for a wild ride. Barrel rolled the thing several times, but he's got it back together since. And actually, they've been to Johnny Wire down in Zanesville. He has a friend, Jason, forgive me, I forget his last name now.
Yeah.
Starts with an S anyway. He has a landscaping business stuff, but he has a lot of acreage down there, so we all go down. I've missed the last 2 times going, but yeah, he's riding side by sides. And actually, this was talking about with us not racing Wayne County on Friday or Saturday or whatever the next 2 weeks. Talking about getting together with them, take the boat out or something, and invite him down. It's been a while, so we have a trip planned in October though, to go riding in Tennessee. So we'll all camp out and do that. But so we do. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But he gave me crap because we have not seen each other for too long. So our bromance is on the rocks right now.
On the rocks. He was just a guy that we didn't see at the county very often, and I knew when he would come and race with us, you had a big influence in that, and I knew he was hanging the helmet up, and Grant, you're racing around Western PA, he was a prominent name, and so I just, life after racing, you don't get to, it's hard to keep up with these guys. Like Steve Schaefer's a real estate agent in Parkersburg, West Virginia, you kind of see some stuff, but like, it'd be nice maybe I can get Pearson to do a Where Are They Now segment on this show, and we can do a little research. Like I know Mike Balzano is somebody that I watched growing up, as I'm sure you did, and what's Bart Hartman doing? I always wonder what happens to these guys after they hang it up.
Oh, absolutely. That's me. Yeah. When I said I was retiring last year or the year before or whatever, it's just like, what do you do? I looked up to Took when he was winning all the time, beating Charlie and us. When we were younger, always had nice stuff. And then all of a sudden says he went, got a boat, and he's boating. So then, of course, now I got a boat. But he's like, no, you'll get tired of it, and then you'll miss the race. And then now I'm like, so then it's like, do I just try to do a little bit of both and then pick and choose, and that way we can do it all? But I have too many hobbies. That's my problem now. Racing is still there where I love doing it, and still competitive. I feel like I can still do it, and I just gotta balance it all out. But,
hey, Doug, Gary says he needs a new Crown Vic.
Gary Hensel.
After Friday didn't go well for him, I take it.
Hard to say. Oh, Hensel.
Imagine.
Lots of people on here. You got a lot of friends, Doug. You've made so many friends along the way. It's amazing what you've turned yourself into. Like I said, I could go all night telling the things that you've done that nobody knows about. And those are the things that you can tell people if you want. Like, there's so many things behind the scenes that people never know you're responsible for. And so I'm thankful that we're not just friends, but business partners. And like I said, I got a junkyard full of shit. You're always welcome to it. That's the way I like to do it, But like as a racer, though, we're looking forward to this Sunday, the Hell Tour, Don Hans Gross Memorial. Be nice to see you stand next to Rick again, And I think the picture I have at home actually has Hans in it when he had a broken arm. He had that cast on his arm, and so that's the one I have. Yeah,
I definitely miss Hans. He was a good one, always smiling, and even when he
Yeah.
was mad. It's like he had a permanent smile. It's like, is he mad right now? But yeah, he was a great guy, and unfortunate, but the family is a wonderful family, and definitely like winning that race,
Yeah.
just because of Don and how much they helped me out at the beginning, and they really had the Star Series and stuff, and Don would let me go through some of the stockpile of stuff to help my own team, even the leftovers. They're years after they sold the series, so
Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah. I'm going to call Rick this week and make sure he's going to come out. And yeah, that would be great to see. You going to have Brad take that restrictor plate off that thing for this week and get all of it?
so I think we're gonna. Well, it depends on how you have the track, but yeah, he tuned her in really good. It's just early on we need all of it, especially for this deal because there's no invert or anything. It'll be or possible ability of invert.
Right.
So,
Well, as much rain as we got yesterday, I'm telling you, man, we needed your boat yesterday. Like it was crazy amount of rain. So no, we'll have her tuned up for Sunday. But yeah, listen, I look forward to seeing we need the stars of the county. We need you and Markham and JR and Kyle and Bellman. Wes Morrison's been a big supporter. I know if you and Wes talk, he's working at Worcester Motorways now, doing a lot of their truck stuff. And he was a big advocate for Hill International coming to county to do their corporate deal. So. It's very good networking for me to be associated with people like you guys to help the Speedway get new sponsors or marketing people to help. It's it's a team effort for sure, and so I'm very grateful to every one of you.
I appreciate it. Definitely, that's what it takes. It takes a whole group to make this thing work. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it, to be honest. It's not like you got a big business behind you to fund it when it's a bad weekend. So I definitely appreciate what you put out there to make it happen for us to have.
Yeah. Well, we just go on to the next one. We don't dwell on the bad ones for sure. And I don't know. That's why I have a junkyard. I tell people it'd be nice to have all new stuff over there. It'd be kind of nice, but then when you have those bad nights, you'd be bankrupt, right? So you just kind of get the good stuff when you can and capitalize. And I've been building those backstretch lights. I've had those since last fall. I just finally got JD and them to help me orchestrate and get them done. So everything has to be done when you save up for it. Not every project can go because the checkbook does run out.
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah. Like you say, you don't want to make it all go at once. If you did, then
Yeah.
you definitely be on eggshells trying to.
Just like you, though, it's like I'm proud of that place from where we've taken it, where it was to where we've taken it. And we're not done by no means, but I'm very proud. And then I look back, and we don't get enough pictures, but there's always opportunities. Like when I have a group of guys help me do things, it's like, man, we should get a picture of this because 20 years from now, when I get old and I can't remember nothing, you just always want to remember those moments because, just like Joyride Transport, take that for instance, like you're running a business, people know you're in business and you haul A to B. The Speedway isn't your traditional business, right? It relies on multiple people to donate their time, effort, materials. It's kind of sad is because you can't run it like a real business because it's not structured that way. It's not Eldora where you're going to have, nights where you make $500,000. I mean, it's just really a hobby and somebody just has to be in charge of the hobby place. And that's just where I feel like I am. I'm just the guy that's keeping it going, but it's a group of people that wouldn't be possible without you guys.
That's very true. I appreciate it. You're right. When Ty and I are figuring things out on those special races and all that, how to make things happen, it's break down the dollar that it takes to run it. People would crap, and then they wonder why prices have to be what they are. Yes, you can go more quality, and lower, but you guys make some great choices, and I know we'll be there regardless. So, but as long as you keep giving us a good racetrack, that's the main thing. So.
Well, I'll keep Ryan off the equipment. Last time Ryan drove something over there, he got stuck. So
I got stuck down in turns 1.
Yeah. So
Doug, thanks for coming on, man. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Greatly. I appreciate you guys having me on, and good chat.
I still feel like there's about
we go on for hours.
50 other things I could talk to you about too, man.
Yeah.
But just really appreciate everything you do.
No problem at all. Thank you, guys.
See you guys. It's a good interview. He's a good dude.
He's a real good dude.
I was at Lakeville one time racing, so it's been a long time ago. And he had a newer car, and he had a fancy wiring harness in it. And I remember like it wouldn't run, and so I went over there and I'm like, I can fix this, and I'm racing against him. I'm like, I can fix this, but I have to cut all this crap out because I'm not sure how it's wired. I could do it my way. He's like, whatever you got to do. I mean, I'm probably cutting $1,000 wiring harness out of this car, splicing wires, and I got it to run for him, and he went out and won the damn feature. So, but like he's always been that guy, and the older he gets, and this is no disrespect when he was younger by no means, but the older he gets, the more mature he's gotten, and like just a super good guy. Like I mean, I don't. If somebody asked me to describe Doug in one word, very giving, very appreciative, down to earth, humble.
Yeah, and like I've got to see a whole nother side of him. So Colin, graduated 2024. Mm-hmm. His son Kale Drown was a football player, graduated 2024. So Dalton scrimmaged Triway every year that we scrimmaged them. Growing up, like we would always see if it wasn't upward basketball or baseball, football, you would always see Kale and Doug and the family, and so it's just neat to see the family and get to see that side of them, and then go out to the racetrack, and then he gets to say that Kale wants to hop in a late model now. Sees
it's gonna be pretty cool. Really
sees Emma Markham doing it. And then he's at that age that he wants to do it. So
it excites me a little bit because you see that younger youth coming through. I don't know. It's exciting. It's exciting for me as a business owner and like a hobby owner. Like we'll just call it what it is, right? But to see that there's that, Doug's he's still gonna race, but he's transitioning over to his kids, and Markham doing the same thing. I mean, I like it. I don't think there's any negative can come from it. But
like me and Doug, we were sitting talking one time, and we were talking about Kale and the business and how he's growing up, and then like the next step. Not right now,
right.
But the next step. For the business and Kale down the road, that was neat.
Yeah, listen, so he's a good interview. He's a good dude. Look forward to seeing him Sunday. Like, I mean, we need it. Like, I mean, it'd be cool to see him. He's won that 4 times. I see Pork Chop put up the days, so you didn't read it off, but it was 4 years. I don't know if it was in a row, though. I couldn't. You clicked it. You have control of the screen, so it's hard for me. Like there's a couple of them I wanted to read, but there again, you scroll through it. I don't. Hey, Steph, do you think you could get me a controller so I can stop him?
She almost didn't plug you in today.
Oh, I know better than that.
No, she asked me.
Yeah.
I let you have access.
I don't believe that.
I let you have access.
Yeah, anyway. Hey, I'm excited though, Ryan. Like we've been on a roll. So we ran 5 in a row, and Speed Week was really good to Wayne County. Like Monday night show was fantastic. Saturdays, the racing was good, and I know we got beat up for some shit, but we had really good some sprint car races, and then we came back. That birthday race was badass. We had that accident with the Green Hornet and stuff, and that kind of took the wind out of my sail a little bit again. We don't like to get publicity for bad things, and that was just truly an accident. I'm not going to go into details of what that really was, but there was really nothing that could fix the situation. We just want Steve to get healthy, and he is. I see he's still tuned in. He's in his room right now, and I'm hoping to get him next week with the Hell Tour. I'm hoping to get him my login for Dirt Vision so he can watch the race from the hospital. I think that'd be cool for him.
That'd be good.
Yeah. But man,
we miss him.
Yeah, we do. I miss his energy. Like I'm down sometimes, and you are too. Like it's, and so just yesterday was one of your bad days. But that Hell Tour race, man, I'm excited for the possibility of what could be coming. And there's some details that'll come out this week, but it's one I always look forward to. It's cool. Like if we can see the future right now, him and Tanner English are battling that thing. Hopefully they both run the full tour. Feger almost won that race last year, got a flat tire with like 4 to go. I mean, so he's a guy that you don't see at the county very often that likes to rip the top. And I don't think the top is all dominant anymore. I think this year we've seen that you can run all over it. And so I'm anxious to see that. Excited to see it. Not anxious, more excited.
Well, I don't know if Tanner English has ever been at Wayne County Speedway.
Is that right?
I'm not sure about that. Maybe one other time. But I don't think he ran the Hell Tour last year. Yeah. And so he might not have ever been. And so to get to see him, but I told you one other time, I was a Fager fan, and the closest that he ever came was Atomic. So Colin and I went down to Atomic one time to go get one of his T-shirts, but then he came to Wayne County last year. So it'll be cool to see, like you said, he's a guy that typically doesn't come and race here.
Yeah.
So
I like it. I think our guys are tough right now. I think JR showed speed there last week, I guess it was. It seems like we're missing a week, but we are. But I like to see where we're going with our late model program. I think Mikey Bors was in the house. I like Mike. It's cool when he comes down, and hopefully Shields will come down, and some of them guys from Oak Shade will come down the next day because, Ryan Mistler, we were just talking about Ryan. I know he's probably tuned in, I'm sure, but he comes down usually for that race, and he's not a big fan. Listen, it's not his style all the time, but he's good friends with Jimmy and stuff, and hopefully he'll come down and make his yearly appearance and has a good run. I'd love to be part of his coffee with Ryan and not be on the bad end of his storyline, right? I mean, he's had a bad luck there. I mean, so hopefully he can change that. It'd be cool. It's always good. Black hat, white hat's the debate with everybody, but I like people there that have storylines that people can read into. I'm telling you, I take a page from WWF Wrestling. I think it's what NASCAR's missing. And I kind of like it.
Yeah, I remember, Jason, you were the guy that signed a picture and it shows your wheels turning into Ryan Markham.
It's not true.
You're coming off of turn 4.
Not true.
And then you gave it to Alan.
Hey,
and
Rita Goslin's on here. He says, hey, guys.
You give it to Alan and says, hey, go give this to Ryan.
Who else is on here? Jimmy Burns is saying something. Can you scroll that down? You're such a dick.
So yes, you're the guy that does like the
I do
confrontation.
No, it's listen though, it's what this sport needs. There's a lot of truth in what Doug said about the program, how it needs to be mixed up and are we manufacturing racing or are we just creating a show? That's the debate. It's a little bit of both. Like, I'll be honest with you, I don't watch a lot of Lucas and World of Outlaw Chef because there isn't a whole lot of passing. It was cool to see Max Blair come from 15th last night to win that thing.
Did you see that?
I watched the highlights on Flow, but listen, I think that's great. I mean, that's every racetrack promoter is dream, right? When the guy says, I started 10th, 15th, whatever, and won. You can stand there and go, hey, you could pass on my racetrack tonight. So not everybody can be mad because this guy started 15th or whatever. I think that's what I hope for every week. Sometimes though you're just going to get it to where the guy on the front row just wins, and that's just part of it. And cream does rise to the top, and so your argument is if you put the good guys in the back and they get a wreck on lap 2 from passing somebody that they shouldn't have been behind, and then that's a problem, right? That's a problem. You shouldn't have done this. So I don't think there's a perfect answer. This is what I think is the true story though. The fans make the world tick. The fans are the reason why we have cars and we have facilities and we go in circles and chase each other, right? That to me is the real reason. Is that debatable or is that fact?
That's fact.
That's fact. So I think the show can't be done.
Keep going.
I think the show can't be done without the racers, but the fans ultimately have to pay the ticket to watch it. And so I think there's a balance in that. And I try that every week I'm trying to figure out how to make it better. How do I change the facility? What can we do to make it better? What's the weather going to be? What's cars are racing? Sprint car racing, you can be way more aggressive on track prep than you can with late models. So this week, you're not going to have sprint cars. So yeah, it can't be the old, Stairmaster racetrack as you would call it, right?
The big curb.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting what happens this week. But
hey, we got a comment here.
No, we don't.
Colin Pearson says, Jason, you look like, or Jason, you lose your razor. Pitiful.
What do you mean lose my razor? I just shaved. Listen, what's his problem?
He's roasting you.
Yeah, why don't you come over here?
Johnny Bruce says, I'm hoping to be back together and ready for this upcoming weekend.
Man, I think he was going to be ready yesterday. He was like, I'm home. Who's going to help me swap these motors? And so, yeah, man, that guy's he is awesome. He wrecked there last week, and he's like, I'm like, be easy rolling this car. He's like, it's been rolled over before. You can't hurt it. If you had 200 Johnny Bruces with the attitude he has, like, man, how stress-free this world would be. Like, It's just real. It really is.
Him and Jared.
Oh, my goodness.
So the other day, Johnny.
Don't say that.
Imagine if we had 200.
He's probably tuned in.
He's not tuned in. He's up in Wakeman.
Yeah.
So
hope his mom ain't tuned in.
So the other day, you guys are working on Johnny Bruce's car, and I look up, and he's got a dart in his mouth, and I was like, if I just had, that would have been just a sweet picture, but I just only have my iPhone. I couldn't take a pic. I'd admit that.
So Johnny's a good guy. So,
I loved it.
So a lot of good racing coming up. I'm looking forward. So everybody needs to know Sunday. Hell Tour. super late models, modifieds, super stocks, and compacts. And so it's going to be a great show. Just remember Sunday, take Saturday off and get ready for Sunday, because I look forward to this race every year. We're the finale of it, and that's not always the best, because, the tour comes from a long ways. Like that tour starts in the Midwest, and, everybody's like, oh, these guys ain't going to travel the whole time. But last year we were able to carry a lot of cars, and it's thanks to Ty Torg. Let's just be real. Ty Torg has been a big advocate and a big supporter of making these shows bigger than they used to be, because he's connected now, and he's a friend of ours. He said on the show, it's more of a friendship than business. And I talked to him today, hey, what are we doing? So I'm excited to see what we're doing.
Well, last year you had a guy like Zach Mitchell who it was in that Coltman Farms car, and they just decided to come and catch some of those last few races, and that was really cool. Now he's no longer in that car,
right?
But like you might get a guy like that's from down south that just wants to come and race.
Some big. I think we're paying $7,500 to win, so it's not a $5,000, it's a $7,500. I hope it got changed on their schedule, but we always try to do more for that show, because I want that to be big. It's one of our bigger late model shows. This year we had the World of Outlaws, and so we moved the Hans and Don's Gross. We felt like this was a better match for their race, and so I'm excited to get a hold of Rick and just have the whole family out and bring back some. It's always good. Rick gets to see some guys that maybe ran the Star Series back in the day that he don't get to see very often, and I don't know. There's a lot of history there. I wish everybody knew some of the stuff that we know. Like I have so much respect for Rick because what he did for the sport for so many years. But some of these new guys are like, what, who, when, And so I wish we had a way of. I must ask you a question.
Lindsay says, Flory.
Yeah, I see it.
I
can read.
Ask you a question.
I can read it. Like, what's wrong? So listen, I got rid of the gray, and now everybody's making fun of me. Listen, Lindsay, you wish Chris looked this good. Ha ha.
Hey,
where's my old partner at anyway? He didn't talk to me yesterday.
Leather says, great freaking show, guys.
Thanks, Ryan. I can't wait to see you out this week, and look forward to that. Superstock class was badass a couple weeks ago. 15 cars, and I still know there's a few hiding, so that class is back, and Wes Daly's tuned in. Maybe he'll bring out that compact of his over for some SCDRA points on Sunday.
He's bringing out that compact to run with them late models. That thing is juiced up. He sent me a video of it. It sounds like a V8.
Well, he better know our tech guy's going to catch him cheating.
It's Jason.
Is he cheating?
It sounds.
So you're telling me Wes Daly's cheating, right?
It sounds like a V8. It goes bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, so
it don't sound like no forward banger that I've ever seen.
Johnny Bruce has got his shit ready to roll.
Jason, so real quick as we wrap up, we have a thrill show demolition derby that's coming up. Let's promote that.
Yeah, that's the 18th, and everybody wants to know why. It's a King's Royal weekend, and traditionally we just, Eldor, that's a huge race, and a lot of people go. And we wanted to be diversified this year. And let me just tell you before you tar and feather me, I don't look good in feathers. But when we put the schedule together in February or even January, we didn't know it was going to rain all these races. Now, listen, when I changed the schedule today, if I didn't have it made, I didn't know it was going to rain out 8 races in a row. Then we ran 5, and then we rained out 4th of July, which, listen, the 4th of July, if I knew it was going to rain, I would have probably had a party for the employees or something. It's kind of hurt my feelings because I went home with the bed. I'll be honest with you. I've just been exhausted. But, yes, we're running a thrill show, and so please just understand that stuff's already in place, and we're probably going to race with it, and we'll release them details this week. Ryan's wanting to promote it, and he's hitting me hard about what I'm going to do. But
like every day.
I know, and it's my fault, but I don't know, so I need to get a hold of Dustin, and I'll figure it out. But, yeah, and then we come back for the Christmas in July, which I think that's going to be fun. We got some Christmas lights up already, and it kind of feeds into our Christmas Lights Festival in winter. But then one of the events I'm really looking forward to and tell everybody is it's our first annual monster truck show. Now, I have no clue what we're going to do. Like, it's a promotion group, but, I mean, we've got 5 or 6 monster trucks coming, and I think we've got some motocross show to go along with it. I can't wait. Like, that's a show that I've got circled for something new that we've never done. And so I'm excited about the next 5 or 6 races. And, obviously we want to race every day. I want to race every day. I love it. And if racers would race for nothing, I could run the facility for next to nothing. We'd race every day, but that's not possible. And so we rained out Saturday. We'll go to next Sunday. And, it's crappy weather in Ohio, and I know they're going to say, well, you should race longer in October, and the weather's nicer. It is. The weather is nicer in October, and that's why the Browns and the Buckeyes and everybody else plays football, right? I mean, just is what it is. But what are you most excited about in the next couple of weeks? What race are you looking forward to?
Well, obviously the Hell Tour, because like I just said, we get to see guys that you normally don't see, and so that's what I really love. See,
do you think Kyle can win it again? I know Brad said the other week, like, best racetrack since 2023 when Kyle won the Hell Tour race. Do you think he's primed to do it again? Do you think it's there?
Well, Doug said it's a qualifying deal. It's just like the All-Stars. It's a qualifying deal. If these guys got to be able to go out, put on a good lap from the rip and not make a mistake, and put up against a wall and get a good time. So that's where it's make or break. Yeah. The talent is so good that you start fifth, sixth. Yeah, it's really hard.
It changes it.
Yeah,
I don't know if we'll ever see a repeat of how good that 2023 race was. 12 car, right? What was his name?
Ashton Winger
and Kyle. That was probably the emotion that Kyle showed that night. I think it changed him. I think it matured him years. Dedicating that window to his mom, I think it really matured him. And like it was a great race. It was a great race. It was he had a different tire on, and cautions fell what he needed and stuff. I mean, I just thought it was a great race. Hard to duplicate those. I think we all hope for those. Just like Moran's. I mean, that was a great 15th to the win. Devin passes Hudson O'Neal coming to the checkered for second. I mean, as a promoter and a racetrack guy, that's all you want. You want everybody to be talking about how great your show was, and I think it's what we all strive for. So it's you can't duplicate it because the players are always different. Like last year, like Feger was going to run away and run that thing, and then here comes Nick Hoffman, flat tire and Hoffman had a flat early and came back. Didn't he have a flat early? Or was that the year before? I might be mixing my years up, but anyway, Hoffman wins that thing, and I just think it's good. I think anytime you get some good PR, and it's on Dirt Vision, and I think for TV races, whether it's Flow or Dirt Vision, I think I do put a little extra emphasis on the week, wanting things to be really right and tight. Not that every race shouldn't be right and tight, but like you want to put your best foot forward, and it's your chance to shine.
Like Tyler Erb, he won that a couple years ago.
Yeah, that was a good race too, and I won't lie to you. I'm going to reach out to him. He's going to be close for that race. I'm going to see if he'll come. I'm going to call him.
But the Monster Truck Show and the Demolition Derby, these are all things that I'm interested to see. But the Hell Tour is probably one of my favorites on the year.
Yeah, the month of August is good. Kids Night. I mean, the quota's been great in Kids Night, and it's hard to believe school's going to be starting up again. But we run into a lot of big races when you get into August. But besides the Monster Truck Show, Kids Night's always good. But then we've got a double header for Labor Day weekend. This for the first time ever, and yeah, I can say the first time ever, we're going to run back-to-back All-Star Sprint shows Labor Day weekend. I'm over the moon for that. Like I'm excited.
All-Stars are already promoting it and stuff.
Yeah, I really am excited about that. Like, I don't know, just happy. I'm happy what way things are going now. For as crappy as we started, we've had some hiccups. I mean, shit, Ryan, we've had a lot of hiccups the last 3 weeks at the Speedway, and we want everybody to get healthy. And we're not done talking. I haven't forgot about those photographers, and I'm glad they're healing up and progress is being made. But I still remember those guys every day and try to fix things. So we try to eliminate those accidents. But yeah, listen, been a lot of crazy stuff happened at the county this year. There's a lot of good things coming up, hopefully.
Yeah, Mike Stanball says with all these damn rainouts, track owners are going to have to get creative to generate revenue outside of racing.
And that's bad for me because the only thing I know is racing. Like I feel like I'm a one-track minded guy, but over the winter, I was approached by lots of different organizations that want to do different things, and just like Dustin with the Thrill Show, like he does Midvilles, and so I thought that's a successful event for them. Like let's try it over here, and then the Monster Truck Show is something that I've seen other people do, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know anything about it. I mean, I watched Bigfoot just like you did as a kid, right? But it'd be cool. I think it's gonna be cool at the county. I think it'll be one of our bigger shows. I do. I've had a lot of people show interest in it. So, but also something I'm going to talk about another racetrack. I'm going to talk about Moran's again. They've got them big rig series coming into town sometime this year, and I like that. And I was too chicken to do it because I didn't know how the feedback would be. So I'll be watching that to see how that goes. But that's something I like. semis and big rigs, and put those guys on dirt. I think that'd be something that you might see in 2027.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see it. So, but those are some of my mindsets.
I saw those on Daytona when I was a kid, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Tony says, this is Tony
Yeah.
with T&M Circle Track Video. Hey, Ryan and Jason.
Every week, man. And those guys are, they come from Barberton. They come with Buddha. And they're up there videoing every week, and I hope they're doing good. The guys, if you want to watch a race, or if you want to get the action, and you can buy a video from these guys, they have a little sign up there at the tower. Get you a DVD from the night that, if you had a good run. And I know everybody's videoing on their phones. It's not as good. These guys have multiple camera setups, and it is legit. And we need to make a note to go see these guys and maybe get them on the show, because they're new to dirt.
Yeah.
And I'd like to get their perspective on some stuff, because they're new to it as well. I'm sure some of the nights when the wind's blowing the wrong way, they're probably like, what the hell is this stuff? But
I chit-chatted with him the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, with Tony.
Was he good?
Yeah, he is good.
Liking it?
Yeah, and
Good.
I talked to him and told him, like, once we get into these weekly racing, we'll get some more.
I think Johnny Bruce has got it right. Next time we get 2 inches of rain, we are going to turn that into a mud fest party. And we're just going to open it up, and it's going to be free beer and food as supplies last. And it's just going to be, we're going to have like mud runs. We'll just have some fun. When's the last time as an adult you just went out and played in the rain and mud? Never.
Like 2 weeks ago.
What'd you do?
I was mowing in the rain, weed eating in the rain.
Steph, come and get this guy. Steph, come and get your boy.
I was weed eating in the rain.
You're an idiot.
You're an idiot.
So well, wait. So I wish you'd let me read some of these.
Ryan, maybe you can borrow Jason's razor.
Huh. Yeah. Hey, I look good. You know what? I'm going to let it go back to gray.
Johnny says he got video of his roll.
That's good. Poor Johnny. His highlight reel consists of rolling in 4 or jumping off a 2.
Dukes of Hazzard.
I wonder if they got a video of me wrecking the swamp truck.
Yeah. We should put you and Johnny Bruce's videos together.
We should. Hey, $15 each, Tony says. $15 for the DVD. It's a great deal. Help these guys out, man. They're out there donating their time and their equipment. And, yeah. Whoa, Sunday will be read it.
Yes. You should let me read them, Jason. Jeez.
I can't see him.
Jeff Kepling says, Sunday will be great, and I'm looking forward to it. But I'm also excited to come back and watch your weekly 5-division show. Racing is always good at the county.
Well, Jeff is really a positive dude, and we love Jeff Kepling. And hey, if you need new flooring, I don't care where you live. If you can listen to this show, call Kepling Flooring and give Jeff a chance, because I bet you he'll be the best around. Honest guy, great prices, just on point.
Is Jason's shirt the new name of the beer shack?
What's it say?
The Dirty Hoe.
Oh,
You dirty.
that's the name of my new business. Actually, starting a new excavating business. If anybody wants to really truthfully know, I am going to start a new excavating business on the side. So,
As all of our followers and listeners are tuning out.
what? Hey, yeah, I'm just telling you right now. So I'm going to start a little side gig. So if anybody needs any little dirt work done, I'm not going to do big dirt work, but like I'm going to do some work. I'm going to start a little side deal. So
There you go.
You're going to be the ground worker.
I'm going to be the
You're
one
going to be in
hooking
the
chains.
You can't eat. No, hey, show them your new. I got you something today, everybody. Where'd it go?
Yeah, where to go?
Steph, what'd you do with it?
Where to go? Yeah,
Ryan.
where to go?
Oh,
Yeah, suck it.
No,
Yeah,
my
suck
name.
it.
That's bad, dude. That's
Hey,
hurt my
everybody,
feelings.
thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for
everybody,
tuning
As
in.
everybody is clicking off of this
I can't
disaster.
believe you would do that
Yeah.
to me. Oh,
Let's go.
let's go.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in turn 2.
Can't believe you did that to me.